not too far from Wisconsin. They're a USA company, which we love supporting. Our goat's gonna knock the camera over now. And they sell all...
Hey guys, it's Jen from HomesteadHow. Today is episode 45. I'm going to work on cleaning out our wood boiler today. I'm going to show you how to clean it out and get it ready for next winter or next wood season. Carrie is going to be working on our camper to get it ready for our road trip today. We're excited to get out of here and actually go somewhere, so you have to stay tuned for that. And a really big thanks and shout out to P&P Small Engines. They were nice enough to send us some gallons of this rust inhibitor. We're going to be using that.
If you watch our channel, you'll know that yesterday we brought our camper that we purchased about a week before everything went crazy here in the US on a day trip to Walmart, and we camped in the Walmart parking lot, picked up some groceries, ate some lunch. It was pretty fun. It was a nice little run, and we realized all the things that we forgot to bring. It would have been nice to have this with, because you could run the TV, and we had a Sega in there. You could run it for a couple hours on this thing. So we're putting this back in there, but in today's video, I've got this little GoPro on, and I'm going to be changing the oil on this. Luckily, I purchased oil and a filter for this all before everything went crazy, and Jen is going to be working on our outdoor wood burner over there.
So I'm going to be cleaning out our central boiler today. Carrie is working on her camper over there. So I figure I'd take on this challenge and try to do this. I'm going to clean out the inside, get all the ash out. I have this, and I also have another mask, so I'm going to be well protected. If you are new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you are an existing subscriber, thank you so much. That really helps us. If you look back on a couple of videos back, we tell you why you should save your ash. I think there's 10 reasons why you should save your ash. But today I'm going to be cleaning it out. We have some rust inhibitor that we're going to put in the water that we received from a company that I will link below. Let's see what we got in here. It's not too bad, so it shouldn't take me too long to do this.
This is kind of cool. There's actually a hitch on the front of the camper because the previous owner, really cool guy, loved boating, and he would take his boat and his camper to the lake, and as you could imagine, it's pretty tricky to back a boat in with a huge 30-foot camper like this. So he put the boat on the front, and then he could pull it in straight into the water when he was putting it in and out of the water. So that's kind of a cool feature. Found a good safe spot there. I could see the oil filter up there, and then it looks like the pan is back on the other side there.
I did not enlist the help of my goats, but they're just here being a pain in the butts again. What you know? Next thing I'm going to do is just take a dustpan and get the rest of the pieces out that I can get out.
I'm guessing that is a 16 millimeter. Yep. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I want to be careful not to drop that in the sand. So while that's draining, I got the oil filter right here, which is pretty easy to reach. Let's see if I can get it off by hand. Oh, that sucker's on there good. Hey, I've got this one, and that one's too small. I don't know if I've used this one yet. This one looks like it's about the right size. There we go. I've never used this. I changed the oil before, but that was working well. Jen got the bad job cleaning out the wood stove. I don't know what's the worst job, cleaning out a wood stove or messing with some dirty oil. Let's check some of the other fluids while I'm in here. Like right here, a little low. Not too low, but a little low. There we go, got that up to the fill line where it should be. I also want to check the transmission fluid on there once I get the oil changed and I get the engine running. I think it's 7 quarts of oil, but I'm going to double check. Just double checked. It is indeed 7 quarts of oil. Perfect. This was due for an oil change. It was black.
Are you telling me you're talking to your camera?
Both. Sorry, you got the dirty job.
Someone's got to do it.
You want to change the oil? I don't know what's dirtier. Crawling around on the ground?
Okay, so the next part is, after I cleaned all this out, is Carrie's gonna help me. A company called P&P Small Engines was nice enough to send us.
It's funny, keep going.
A company called P&P and Small Engines was nice enough to send us 3 gallons of these rust inhibitors. So we're gonna use this. I'll leave the link below. They are fast, they are really good. They're great customer service. I got this in like 2 days. Are you okay, Carrie?
Yeah, they're not too far from Wisconsin. They're a USA company, which we love supporting. Our goat's gonna knock the camera over now. And they sell all... Go away, goat! You're gonna wreck my camera! Try that again. Well, it's not broke yet. And they sell all sorts of parts and equipment for central boilers, outdoor wood burners. So check them out. There's a link on the screen and in the description below. Man, we're starting to get some insects.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna climb up there. These systems are not pressurized. They're not like a boiler. They're open systems, and there's just a little cap up there. You flop the cap off, and you can put the rust inhibitor in. We're gonna put 2 gallons in. There's about 400 gallons of water in there, and then we're gonna let the pumps run for 2 or 3 days so that rust inhibitor gets throughout the whole system. And then after 2 days from now, we'll turn it all off, and then it'll be good to go until we're ready to start the next burning season. You don't really need a funnel if you're careful, because it's a big wide mouth up here. The only thing is this roof gets really hot, so.
So while Carrie's doing that, I'm gonna check the water level. You can see this says full up here. It's all the way down here. So another thing that we have to do is top the water off. So we're gonna go inside and do that. Okay, so now the last part of this is just to take some oil. I'm just using regular motor oil, and go along the edges and the inside as far as I can reach. It just prevents rust during the summer, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. But Carrie did the inhibitor, I cleaned it out. We're just gonna let it go for the next 2 days. And I'm gonna do around the edges and everywhere so it just doesn't rust over the summer.
It's kind of the same with the tiny house, I think. Pretty sure this is where you put the water in. There's all these valves and configurations though, so I don't know. I think you just fill that up. We didn't have... That's a good question. How do you know when it's full? Well, here, look. This must be the overflow. So when the water comes all the way up here, it'll start coming out of this tube, and then it'll come out this little hole, and then you'll know that you're overfilled. And we gotta be very careful doing this. We gotta make sure we don't have any leaks. Again, just let that go.
What does that do?
Hot water heater.
There's not a cap on that.
Yeah. Why is that? Oh, that must be. Oh, here it is. Katie figured it out. Let's get some Teflon tape on this. We always use this for plumbing.
gosh.
See, look, you can fill it up with hose water like this.
Yes.
And that fills this tank up, which right now we have it filled to just here.
Okay.
And then the water goes through here and you can use it. Alyssa, turn it off for a minute. That's option A. Okay. First, I was ready to fill it up and I was like, oh, water inlet, I'm going to put it here. No, that's if you just hook the hose up and you turn the water on all the time, like if you're at a campsite or right here, you'd have unlimited water. It would just keep filling up with water. You could have as much water as you wanted. There's two things. This is black for when the poop water comes down here.
Ew.
This is gray for just the sink water. So right now, we're filling the sink up with water if we're camping. If we open just this side up, just the sink water will come out of this.
Oh, you can clean your dishes outside.
See, I think the thing right now is, it's just a lot of crud in the line and we got to get all the air out of the line and the system going. See what's happening right now is there's a lot of air in the lines. Once you get all the air out, then you're good. Alright, so we're figuring this all out. There's lots of little valves and knobs and stuff like that, but I think we have it. The previous owner had it winterized, so he had the plug off of the water heater, so that was leaking out. But it's all working now. We got all the air out of the line, and now I'm just filling this tank up so we have fresh water in there so we can wash our hands. We're going to take this out for another road trip like we did yesterday. So we got some stuff for sandwiches and some drinks. So when we want water, we just go like this. Okay, so we brought more food, more cords. We brought our portable power station. We've got poker, chips, games, dogs. We have the water working so we can turn the water on and wash our hands. And we're going to take another little day trip. We're just going to go to one of our nearby neighboring cities. I know it's kind of stupid. Why are you driving around? Well, we're not hurting anybody else. We're using our camper. Gas is cheap. It's a good test run. It's the weekend. And we want to. Jeez. Slow her down a little bit, Jen. Jeez. Okay, so we arrived at our neighboring town of Westfield, Wisconsin, where there's a little McDonald's over here that maybe we could use their Wi-Fi for. Got the generator running. What do we got? Some tuna salad, a nice healthy salad that Emma wisely made. Maybe have a couple sandwiches. Can you watch Netflix through free McDonald's Wi-Fi? It looks like it may be possible. It's thinking about it. Sure enough. Alright, so we're at our little cool campsite. We've got internet. We're outside of a McDonald's. We're doing another camping test run. We just had a great lunch, and Alyssa wants to play poker. And Alyssa, what do you want more than anything in the whole world?
An iPhone 8 Plus.
She wants an iPhone 8 Plus, and how much would that cost me if I bought it for you right now?
200 something.
$225. I'm agreeing right now on YouTube to give you $225 to purchase an iPhone if you can successfully memorize a deck of cards that I shuffle randomly, and you have to be able to do it 5 times with no mistakes. I will randomly shuffle the card, you recite it all back. Randomly shuffle the card, you recite it back 5 times. If you make any mistake, you can try again and again and again until you successfully recite all 52 cards 5 times through.
Until she what?
Successfully recites the cards back in exact order.
Wait, so in 7 years she can get an iPhone 8 Plus?
Yeah, it could be 7 years from now. It could be 6 months from now. Yes, you can do it too.
For just $200?
$225. Okay, mark my words. Let's go. Start your training now. You're gonna have to practice this every single day.
No, so I'm gonna
You're gonna have to create a memory palace, and you're gonna have to memorize. You're gonna have to create a unique value for. Who's winning?
Katie. Oh. Yes, she is.
Okay, what was your best hand so far?
2 pairs of 10 and 2. I had ace.
I had ace 6 and Alyssa had ace 6.
Yay! I really wanted that caramel corn. That's so good. Did you try it last night?
Jen, are we gonna live here forever? I kind of like living in the McDonald's parking lot.
Really nice.
Can we sleep here? If I had my phone, I'd be okay.
I wonder how long before they come out and ask us to leave.
They can't.
Can't you order from McDonald's and they bring it out to your car?
And we can heat it up in the microwave and get rid of all the dirty. That's actually so true. We can get ice cream and then melt it and then drink it. And then freeze it.
Jen, what are you making right now?
Yeah, get it, melt it, and then freeze
I'm
it.
going to attempt to make caramel popcorn in our camper. Okay, so it's kind of hard in the camper to measure stuff, so it's about a cup of brown sugar and a stick of butter, and then 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. But again, I don't have another measuring cup, so I'm just going to kind of put some in, measure it out as much as I can to 1/4 cup. And it sounds like a lot, but I'm using 2 bags of popcorn for this. And then I said 2 tablespoons of vanilla. So I'm just gonna use 2 cupfuls. You know, get your phone. And just add a little extra because I like it. And we're gonna microwave it for 3 minutes, but you want to check it because it will start boiling over. So I'm gonna put it in our microwave. Set it for 3 minutes and just keep an eye on it. And then after it's done with the 3 minutes, you stir it really well, and then you put it in for another 1.5 minutes, and then you add baking soda to it, which will make it frizz up and get really, really bubbly. You just keep stirring and stirring and stirring, and I'll show you that next. Okay, so I got this idea from my mother-in-law, Liz. She always makes really awesome stuff, and especially in her camper, it's kind of neat when she makes stuff, so it kind of reminds me of her. So I just put all this stuff in here, I'm mixing it up, and then it says to take 1/2 tablespoon of baking soda. And it gets thicker as you keep pouring it, or as you keep stirring it. As you can tell, it got a lot thicker already, just from the baking soda in it. Once you get it all nicely and incorporated, you just want to take your popcorn. Normally you want to put it in a bag, but I didn't bring a bag with, so I just brought a big bowl. So I'm just going to take my popcorn. I just used microwave popcorn, which is fine. And again, I'm going to use 2 bags, but I'm going to do one at a time. As you can see, it got really thick. So I'll just put 1/2 of it on. And then just stir it in really well. Which this is why the paper bag comes in really handy. But I didn't have one, so we will improvise.
1, 2, 3, 4.
To get it really well incorporated, you can just put it on like a piece of parchment paper. But I'm going to stir this for a little bit and get it all incorporated. And then I will put it on this paper here to let it kind of dry and settle. Okay, so I got it pretty good mixed up. I'm just going to take it and pour it on this paper. Spread it out, let it set up for a couple of minutes. And then just work on my next batch.
Jen, how long have we been camping next to McDonald's?
A couple hours.
We made lunch, made caramel corn, watched a bunch of TV, played poker.
Haven't finished that.
It was fun. Don't have to go far.
We should probably go home now.
Yeah.
You guys want to live here? We live in a beautiful forest, and we're just gonna go park in some parking lot. They do have excellent internet here, though.